All right, we are recording. We are in session. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing this lovely Saturday afternoon?
Lovely.
Doing great.
Wonderful. I am outside here in North Andover, just, exploring a little bit of the countryside. I'm a city boy, love my Boston Red Sox and Patriots, and I figured why not go into the little countryside where they have rivers and no skyscrapers. But today we're going to talk about Sisel Cafe, premium ground coffee, as well as the instant coffee and what we newly have back in stock, the Sencha green tea. Now, I haven't tried the Sencha green tea yet, but I do love drinking green tea, especially when I'm feeling somewhat ill. Lisa, have you tried the green tea before?
I do. I love the green tea. It's a good alternative if you don't like coffee, and it has great health benefits. It tastes delicious, and I always mix it with honey or lemon, or I'll make it iced coffee. We came up with a drink that if we want to have super energy, we mix Sencha green tea and fire and ice, and we call it the Green Hulk.
Wow, that sounds like a great idea.
Great energy.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to send me that recipe. That sounds delicious.
I will.
What about you, Jack? Have you tried the Sencha green tea?
Not yet, but it's definitely on my list of things to try because I've always liked different kinds of teas: green tea, white tea, black tea, herbal tea.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's now back in stock, so we're going to have to get our hands on some of that green tea. And Lisa, from yesterday's Zoom call, when we talked briefly about the coffee, I'm pretty sure you said that you enjoy drinking the instant coffee?
I do, yes. Right now I'm drinking a coffee that has 2 packets of instant because I needed a little boost. And I like the instant coffee because it's convenient. You can take it on the go. And, if you go to have a meeting, somebody wants to meet you for coffee, you can just say, get a hot water, mix in your Sisel instant cafe, and you have your own coffee. And, I love the premium ground too, but the instant cafe just for me is more convenient, and I love the taste of it. And, it's and all the health benefits that come along with it too.
Oh, hold on one second. There's a train going by. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to go back to civilization and out of the forest.
Yeah.
The premium, not the premium, excuse me, brain blank. The instant coffee, that's definitely on my order list for this upcoming week because I work in a cafe where we do, serve people coffee, open to close. That doesn't stop. And, for me, when I work, like an 8 or a 9 hour shift, I get a lunch break for 30 minutes. And I really don't eat because when I eat in the middle of the day while I'm working, it makes me really tired and I don't want to work anymore. So I always have a liquid lunch of coffee, as I say it. Not alcohol, coffee. And so I'm definitely going to be ordering myself some of the instant coffee so that I can just bring the packet to work with me. And I can just, get some boiling hot water from the cafe, throw in the coffee, and who knows, might turn a couple people on to the Sisel instant coffee. I love drinking the coffee. I mean, I can't say it enough. I mean, if I could have my own personal cafe, just making people Sisel coffee and baking stuff with the coffee in it, I would. Now, let me ask you this, Lisa. Have you tried baking with the coffee or the coffee grounds?
So I haven't tried baking with it, but I've used it. So I'll make different like protein shakes with our sizzling. So I'll mix like the sizzling and the coffee for like a coffee shake. If you're on the go and you need like a quick meal and pick me up, I'll mix those two together. I just came up with the other night, I was trying to make a smoothie, and I didn't put enough oat milk. I used oat milk. I didn't use enough oat milk, so I put the sizzling, the vanilla, one chocolate, the coffee, ice, and then oat milk, and I blended it up, and it turned into an ice cream, which I was pleasantly surprised and very happy about.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So I've done that, those two. I would love to try baking with it. I haven't ventured into that yet.
That sounds awesome. I know Jack can attest to this. I love baking, and I try to make sure that nothing goes to waste, that I utilize everything that I can. You know, when I bake or when I cook, everything goes in except for the kitchen sink. And if I could find a way to put that in, I would. But I think it was last week I made a apple coffee cake, and, you know, puree the apples in the food processor. You need a liquid so that they don't get all you know, stuck in the processor. And so instead of putting water or milk, I put a cup of the Sisel coffee in it that was cold, and I could taste the coffee when I bit into the coffee cake. Jack, what do you think of the coffee cake?
I loved it. It was delicious.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still perfecting the recipe. You know, I also put some dark chocolate chips in it and crushed up almonds. I think it was almonds. But so let's get into talking about the health benefits of the coffees and the tea itself. And just for everyone watching this, you know, on YouTube, social media, what we're going to say, these are our own personal testimonies. We're not making product claims. I know I'm not a physician. I'm not a dietist. I'm just talking from my own personal experience and how that, you know, this coffee has changed my life. So with that being said, Jack, how's the coffee changed your life? What do you look forward to drinking the coffee? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. I actually got some right now. And like I said, what I like about it is like the way it makes me feel. Like there are times in the past where I'm drinking coffee, like because of the heavy acid quality, kind of. If I had too much, it kind of made me feel a little queasy. But I don't get that with the Sisel coffee. And I like that the Sisel coffee gives me like sustainable energy, not the extreme up and downs of like being really jittery and then having to crash later on. I don't get that with the Sisel coffee. And I like the taste of that, the way that it's cooked, the way that it's sourced, that it's healthier. So I feel good about drinking it. I don't feel any guilt at all.
That's awesome. And how about you, Lisa? How do you feel when you drink the Sisel coffee or the tea? What do you look forward to when you get your first cup?
So I always look forward to just the, you know, the smooth keel of the, you know, the pick me up. And, you know, with the coffee, I like the taste. I have one right here, like I had said earlier. And I like, you know, honestly, I like the health benefits of like the chaga mushroom, the Ganoderma, bacopa, the go-to cola. So so every time I drink the coffee, I am like imagining all these great ingredients along with because I love coffee, and not coffee isn't good always, you know, the best for you, but ours is the healthiest coffee. So I just love all of the ingredients in it, and I just imagine, you know, like my body's like, yay, thank you for feeding us all these amazing nutrients.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yes. And the same with the Sencha green tea. That also has the chaga mushroom, bacopa, and the go-to cola in it. And, you know, it helps with different things. And I always just, when I drink the green tea, it's more so like in the afternoon. I've already had my morning coffee. I'm looking for some more energy. And I always like, and I love the taste of the Sencha green tea. It comes in a powder, and you just mix it in with hot water, or, you know, sometimes I use cold water to make it green iced tea.
Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. I know. I love the coffee. You know, I've suffered different ailments, ADD, anxiety, acid reflux. And, you know, I can't really say that my, you know, ailments have gone away. but they've totally improved since I've started drinking this coffee. And as a person, you know, I've always been told, you know, sometimes seeing isn't believing, but when it comes to healthcare stuff and, you know, different health and wellness products, I've been able to see the benefits of this health coffee, you know, with the chaga, the Ganoderma, the Bacopa, the Gotu Kola, all wonderful things that it's just, it makes a beautiful cup of coffee. Not to mention, it's, you know, roasted with the infrared machine, you know, not the regular coffee roaster. So we're not having any of those carcinogens that could be released when you have a regular cup of coffee from your local cafe. Not to mention, they still have all the precious oils, nutrients, and vitamins that come with the coffee bean itself. And economically speaking, I love it. I mean, before I discovered Sisel's coffee and really grew a, you know, a hook onto it, I was spending probably about $15 a day at cafes, you know, 7 days a week. Didn't matter if I was going to work or if I was going on a road trip, I was spending $15. Of course, for me, I love coffee, but I also love food and little treats. And so I'd go in and I'd get a nice cup of coffee and I'd be like, oh, I have to get a muffin with that too. It just, A goes with B. But so now that I drink my coffee at home, I make it at home, I pay that price. I believe the coffee is $34. I believe that's what it's going out at.
Something like that.
I don't have a price list right in front of me, but I think so, yes.
It's in that ballpark. Thank you. Yeah, it's in that ballpark. You know, I can get a month's supply out of that ballpark price. Okay. And no one else is making my coffee. I don't, you know, they have this whole coronavirus and people like, oh, you don't want people touching your stuff, you know, social distance. Well, I'm the only person who's touching the coffee that I'm making for myself. So, and it's just, I don't have to go out and get it. Granted, I still like going for walks. Obviously, I'm in the forest right now, but I'm able to stay at home and make my coffee and save some time. And it's a beautiful smell. When I can smell the fresh, you know, pot of coffee in the French press in the morning, I'm like, yep, God is good. There is Sisel coffee. So economically, I feel as though it's a much better choice to brew your Sisel coffee at home, pay, you know, the price of the bag of coffee, you know, add whatever you want. Jack and I have come up with ideas to add, you know, what was it, apple pie spice, pumpkin pie spice, you know, maybe for the winter holidays, you can add some crushed candy canes into it. You can also add some dark chocolate into it. I mean, you know, this coffee is something that you can get so creative with, and whether you want to drink it plain with no milk, no sugars. Oh, hi, little squirrel, sorry. You know, it still tastes amazing. The Panamanian blend, I mean, I think people know, I know you guys know, but if you were to buy a pound of the Panamanian coffee just as is, you're looking to pay more than, what, $400 just for 1 pound? And that's the coffee bean that we're putting into our system every time that we have a cup of the Sisel coffee. And it's amazing. I mean, you know, I have my French press at home. I have my mocha pot. The Italians love putting the mocha pots on top of the stoves. And also cold brew makers. And the coffee tastes delicious every time. Not to mention that you can use the coffee grounds for your garden if you grow your own vegetables, plants. You know, you can use it as a fertilizer in the soil so your plants and produce can enjoy the benefits of the Sisel coffee. But I've also been interested in trying using it to, you know, put on top of a coffee cake. I'm going to make a Sisel coffee cake with apples. Might as well put some of the coffee grounds on top with a little, you know, sugar or stevia extract.
Yes.
Now, Lisa, I want to ask you, how have you gotten creative with your Sisel coffee? Do you add any spices to it to flavor it up? Do you drink it plain? And hello, little bug, get away from me.
So I've actually mixed in, so I like pumpkin spice. So I went to the store and I bought the pumpkin spice, you know, there's a spice called pumpkin spice. So
Yeah.
I brought that home and I thought, you know what, let me try this out. So what I started to do is I have one, I'm not sure what they call it, but you, the little stirrers that you steam the milk with, the milk steamers.
The frother.
Yes, the
Yes,
frother.
I love those.
Me too. So I'll heat up my milk on the stove. I'll put some pumpkin spice in there, and then I'll use the frother so that it comes to the consistency that I want it to be. And then I'll mix it in with my Sisel Cafe. And it tastes like a pumpkin spice latte. And that's one of my favorite things to do with the coffee. I have an iced coffee if you like sweet and you don't really like the sugar. So what I've been doing for iced coffee is I'll heat up water and I'll put the instant. You can use the premium ground too, but I use the instant mostly. So I'll make the instant coffee, and then I'll get it so that it's cold, mix it with ice, and I use maple syrup, mix the maple syrup in there. And then if you like milk or cream, whatever your forte is, you can mix that in too for your iced coffee. I use milk, so I'll mix in, I'll put ice, and I'll mix the maple syrup in with the hot coffee so that it kind of melts into it, and then let it cool down a little bit, and then I'll mix the coffee, the ice, and the milk, and I got a nice iced coffee, healthy iced coffee. And so I've been doing that also.
That's wonderful. That sounds delicious. Another recipe you're going to have to send me.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I want to add on the economic aspect again, because I just remembered it. If you go out to a cafe to get a cup of coffee to go, you're going to probably get a plastic cup, plastic lid, and a plastic straw that, what are you going to do with it when you're done? I mean, hopefully recycle, but, that's another economically great thing and something that you can help do to, not pollute the planet anymore, is use your own coffee cups that you can wash in your sink. People should be doing that anyway, whether they're gonna drink Sisel coffee or not. But I just thought of that. But Mr. Jack, what do you do to spice up your coffee?
Lately, since it's fall, I add the pumpkin spice to my coffee. I've been drinking coffee black the past couple of years, so it's nice to be able to add the pumpkin spice to it without putting any artificial sweeteners or anything that really don't need in it. So, yeah, so I just put the coffee grounds, the pumpkin spice, I mix it in the French press, and then when I put the boiling water in, stir it up.
Absolutely. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Did
is.
anyone have anything that they would like to add about the Premium Ground, the instant, or the Sencha green tea before we end this Zoom?
I don't see myself drinking any other coffee anymore.
And God is good. Thank God. I'm waiting for my instant coffee to come in so that while I'm at work, I don't have to drink other coffee. I can just rip open a Sisel Instant and pour it in hot water. I mean, heck, it would probably even work with if I put it in cold water to make an iced coffee. I'm a New Englander, a Boston boy. Hot coffee is never part of my diet usually. I'll drink my iced coffee even if we have a snowstorm. It is what it is. Lisa, did you have anything that you'd like to add to the Zoom before we hang up?
I just love both the Sencha green tea and the Sisel Cafe. Again, for their health benefits and their nutritional support. They support so many things, and it supports the immune system, gives you an energy boost. The Sencha green tea helps fight free radicals. There's just so many things that these two products support, and I just can't. I'll never drink any other coffee or the green tea. It's just, I'm a Sizzler, and if you need any of the information on what it can help support, just let me know and I can send that over.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I was just thinking it'd be really cool if Sisel could maybe create like a hot apple cider. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Awesome. All
Absolutely.
right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in and jumping on this Zoom. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Yes, you too.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.